Hey, it's Ashley from Westcott, and today I'm going to show you how to get two completely different looks just like this with only changing your shutter speed using high-speed sync. When it comes to using off-camera flash when shooting on location, one of the most important things to think about is the interplay between the flash and the ambient light. Choosing the right balance can significantly impact the outcome of your images. In this video, I want to show you a photo shoot I recently did where I was able to get two completely different looks just by changing the balance between my flash and ambient light. One a bit more natural looking and the other darker and more dramatic. First off, let me talk about the gear I was using for this photo shoot. Since I was shooting on location in a downtown area, I wanted to have the ability to move around quickly. For lighting, I chose to use an FJ200, which is a battery-powered strobe. One important feature of the strobe is the ability to use high-speed sync, which is actually critical for the shoot. I modified it with a rapid box switch Octa S, which is a collapsible 26-inch softbox. And to keep this even more portable, I mounted everything to Westcott's Pro Grip version 2, allowing the whole subs to be handheld by an assistant. This allowed me to move quickly and not have to worry about stands when working downtown. Before diving into balancing flash and ambient light, it's important to understand the characteristics of each. Ambient light refers to the natural or available light that's present in the scene. It can vary greatly depending on factors such as time of day, weather conditions, and the location itself. Ambient light sets the overall mood and establishes the base exposure for your images. Flash, on the other hand, is artificial light emitted by a strobe or a speed light, and it provides additional illumination to fill in shadows, freeze motion, or just to add some creative effect. Flash can be used to supplement or overpower the ambient light depending on the desired effect. When working on location, it's helpful to think of these two types of light as two separate exposures, and the challenge becomes finding the right balance between these two. For the first shot, I want a very natural looking photo, almost like an enhanced natural light shot. The first thing I do when arriving on location is analyze the existing ambient light. I take notes of things like direction and intensity. I not only look at where my subject is positioned, but also what my backdrop will look like. Luckily, at the time of the day we were shooting, the building was blocking any direct sunlight and gave me a shaded area to shoot in. This gave me a soft, even ambient light exposure. Even though the natural light here looks pretty nice, I still want to use off-camera flash for multiple reasons. First, I have full control of the lighting of the scene, meaning I'm able to add light to my subject's face, making it as flattering as possible. This means I can add highlights and shadows exactly where I want them and help define and sculpt my model's face. Secondly, and most importantly, I'm able to have more creative freedom and create multiple looks very quickly and easily, allowing me to get the most out of my shoot. Also, if you're shooting in locations where the natural light isn't as forgiving as we were shooting in here, you're able to overpower that sunlight and create a nice, soft, even light. With that being said, I started by slightly underexposing my backdrop compared to the natural light shots. I did this so my subject would pop off the background. I then brought in my light to illuminate my subject's face. When working with off-camera flash, it doesn't always have to result in super dramatic photos. I often will add just a little bit of light to the scene just to help maintain that natural look, where the flash blends in with the ambient light, while still having complete control over my lighting. For the next look, I want a dark, moody portrait, so I lean more into the dramatic side of off-camera lighting. I simply increased my shutter speed to help darken the ambient light and turn my flash up just a little bit. This created a much more dramatic scene with deeper shadows, not only on the backdrop but also on my subject. This is because in the last shot, the ambient light was acting as a fill light, and the less ambient light there is, the less fill light there is. When shooting outdoors, it's important to have a strobe that's capable of high-speed sync. In both of these looks, I was using the high-speed sync function on the FJ200 strobe. And with traditional strobes, you're stuck with shooting at your sync speed, which is usually around 1/200th a second, but with high-speed sync, I'm able to shoot at faster shutter speeds. This means I can adjust my shutter speed to get more or less dramatic portraits. When working with flash on location, the most important thing to consider is the creative vision you want to achieve. Do you want to maintain a natural-looking photo where the flash blends with the ambient light? Or do you want to create a dramatic, more high-contrast image? Understanding your desired outcome will help you guide your lighting decisions. And remember, practice is key, So get out there and experiment and refine your skills and develop your style. So which of these two looks did you like better, the more natural looking or the more dramatic one? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching.